want you to destroy my sister's marriage. I want her to lose everything. I want her to lose everything.
In the quiet village of Umuade, there lived two sisters who were once the envy of every family around them. Their names were Adora and Kamsi. Adora was the elder sister, calm, protective, and beautiful in a mature way. Kamsi, the younger one, was lively, brilliant, and full of dreams. From childhood, the sisters were inseparable. They fetched water together from the stream every morning. They washed plates side by side in the backyard while singing old highlife songs their mother taught them. They sat under the mango tree every evening, reading their books aloud to each other. Whenever Adora fought with village children, little Kamsi would stand behind her and say proudly, "That is my sister, oh. Do not touch her, oh." And whenever Kamsi fell sick, Adora stayed awake all night, placing wet cloth on her forehead. People called them the twins without the same face. Their parents were so proud of their bond. "You girls must never let this world separate you," their mother would always say. And they would laugh and promise never to abandon each other. But life has a way of testing promises. Years later, both sisters gained admission into the University of Lagos. At first, everything remained the same. They attended lectures together, cooked together in their tiny hostel room, studied late into the night together. But slowly, things began to change. Kamsi started excelling academically. Every semester, her name appeared among the best students. Lecturers praised her openly. Men admired her intelligence and beauty. Meanwhile, Adora struggled so much. She failed 2 courses in her second year. While Kamsi was receiving awards and applause, Adora was battling frustration and silent shame. The comparison became unbearable. What does she have that I don't? Adora would often ask herself in front of the mirror. Then came the men. Kamsi began attracting wealthy young men from influential families. One drove a sleek black SUV and sent flowers to her hostel every single week. Another flew her to Abuja for conferences and vacations. But Kamsi remained humble. Whenever gifts arrived, she shared them with Adora. Whenever she went out, she bought clothes for her sister too. Yet, every act of kindness only deepened Adora's bitterness. To her, pity was more painful than poverty. One rainy evening, Adora overheard 2 girls whispering outside their hostel room. "Kamsi is the star. The elder sister is just there." Those words pierced her heart like a knife. From that day, jealousy began to grow inside her like poison. Years later, one afternoon, Kamsi announced she was getting married to a wealthy businessman named Chibuzo. The family erupted with great joy. Their mother danced around the compound crying tears of joy. But Adora forced a smile while her heart burned. How can my younger sister marry before me? So disrespectful. Doesn't she know I'm the elder one? She thought bitterly. In this family, I am now the shame. If I allow this to continue, I will be ridiculed. She thought again. On the wedding day in Lagos, Kamsi looked radiant in a white gown. Guests filled the church. Music echoed through the hall. But Adora sat quietly, staring at her sister with eyes full of hidden hatred. When Kamsi hugged her after the ceremony and whispered, "You'll be next, my sister," Adora smiled, but her fingers tightened slowly behind Kamsi's back. That same night, Adora left the wedding celebration secretly. She boarded a bus to a remote village deep in the forest. The villagers feared the place. People said dark spirits lived there. At the center of the village stood a small shrine covered with animal skulls and red cloth. That was where the witch doctor lived. An old man with white eyes and a frightening voice. When Adora entered, the old man laughed before she even spoke. "You hate your sister," he said. Adora froze. "I can smell jealousy on you." Tears filled Adora's eyes. "She took everything from me," Adora whispered. "She stole my destiny." The witch doctor smiled slowly. "No one steals destiny, but destiny can be exchanged." Thunder roared outside. The old man brought out a calabash filled with dark water. "What do you want?" he asked. Adora's voice trembled. "I want her marriage destroyed. I want her beauty gone. I want her to suffer severely," she said. The old man stared at her for a long moment. Then he said something very chilling. "For a star to fall, someone close to her must pay with blood." Adora hesitated, but jealousy had already blinded her soul. "I am ready," she whispered. The witch doctor began chanting. The shrine candles flickered violently. Suddenly, Adora heard what sounded like Kamsi's voice crying in pain from inside the darkness. She panicked. "What is happening?" she asked. The old man smiled wickedly. "The spirits have accepted." From that day, strange things began happening. Kamsi started having terrifying nightmares. Her pregnancy suddenly became complicated. Her husband's business began collapsing mysteriously. Every night she saw shadows standing beside her bed. Then tragedy struck. One stormy night, Kamsi lost her unborn child. The entire family was devastated, but Adora secretly smiled behind closed doors. She believed the spirits were working. However, darkness always demands payment. Weeks later, Adora began hearing whispers in her room at night. She saw shadowy figures standing beside her mirror. Her skin slowly developed strange marks. Every man who came close to her suddenly disappeared mysteriously. Then one midnight, the witch doctor appeared in her dream. The sacrifice is incomplete, he warned. The spirits are hungry, he added. Adora woke up screaming. Madness slowly crept into her life. She stopped sleeping, stopped eating. One evening, while walking home alone, she heard footsteps behind her. When she turned, nobody was there. But then she heard Kamsi's voice whisper beside her ear, "Why did you betray me?" Adora collapsed in fear. The guilt became unbearable. Finally, during a family gathering, Adora broke down crying hysterically. In front of everyone, she confessed everything. Their mother fainted in shock. Kamsi sat frozen, tears rolling down her face. "You wanted me dead," she whispered painfully. Adora crawled on the floor begging. "I was jealous. I was angry. I thought you stole my life, my destiny, my star." But before anyone could speak further, thunder struck violently outside the house. The lights went out instantly, and from the darkness came a terrifying scream. When the lights returned, Adora was gone. Only her shoes remained on the floor. The doors were still locked from inside. Till today, nobody in Umuadi knows what truly happened to her. Some say the spirits took her. Others say madness drove her into the forest forever. But Kamsi never fully recovered from the betrayal, because sometimes the deepest wounds are not caused by enemies. They are caused by the people we once loved.